Welcome! Today I'm going to demonstrate a few exercises using a resistance band. I have two different types of bands. I'll use both of them. This is just a typical resistance band. This one is a pretty tight resistance, so some of the exercises will be a little too difficult to use. The bands come in different levels of resistance. This type of band is a lot lighter resistance, often used for different stretching techniques. It's from a yoga company, but I will show a few exercises similar to what I'll be doing with the other band. For these exercises using the resistance bands, let's shoot for 4 sets of 20. If you're switching sides, 20 on each side. Starting with a bicep curl, take both feet on the band and then just curling, releasing slowly without locking out the arms, right back up to a curl. This is a pretty tight resistance for this, so a modification would be 1 foot on, curling. It makes it a little less resistance. And you could also do single arm, 1 at a time curling, or if you need more, give yourself a little more band so it's not as tight. Next, a squat with a lateral raise. The lateral raise is going to work your shoulders, pulling both arms straight up to about shoulder height, depending on the resistance, how tight it is. This is a light resistance. Just adding the squat to make it a little more challenging. Keeping those knees and feet about hip width apart and driving those hips back. Next, tricep extension, bending that elbow in, keeping it close to the body and extending your arm back behind you. Next, I'll show a shoulder press. Just pressing those arms up, trying to keep them straight up over your head as opposed to forward. Next, working the core, I'm going to do crunches with added resistance with the band. Make sure whatever you wrap it around is sturdy. This is Edward. Next, we're going to work the back, doing a back row. So wrap the band around something sturdy. I'm using a tree. And then I'm also going to add a back lunge to simultaneously work the legs as well. So just pulling those arms straight back as I go down into a lunge. Then release the arms a little bit, keeping the band tight though. And then go ahead and switch legs. So keep the band wrapped around something sturdy for the next exercise, which is a chest press. For the chest press, just keeping that upper body nice and stable and still, pressing both arms straight forward. One of my favorite oblique exercises can be used with the resistance band. Again, wrapped around a sturdy foundation. I'm just gonna hold it in both hands. Holding that core tight, I'm just squeezing. Again, this is a tight resistance, so I'm not getting very far, and I'm just engaging my core. So right now it's burning. And just hold, keep the arms away from you. If you bring them in, it's gonna be a little easier. So the further out you can keep them, the better. For about 30 seconds to a minute, and then switch sides. Another great exercise for the obliques is a rotation. So I have a little less resistance using this band. Both hands are gripping either the handles or just the ends if you're using a band like this. And keeping that core tight, facing towards whatever your band is around, and I'm just twisting away from it, slow on the way back. You're gonna feel a little pull. So you just wanna control on the way back, tightening those abs. As I mentioned, this band is awesome for stretching techniques. One of my favorite things to use this for is to keep those shoulders flexible and mobile. So just grabbing it little ways apart depending on your shoulder flexibility, and just keeping it tight and going up and around, and then just bring it back. So a great way to start out your workout, warming up those shoulder sockets, or if you're having any shoulder pain, it's an awesome way to work them out. Resistance bands are ideal for your home because they don't take up a lot of space and are super affordable, but your gym should have them available as well.